I go put how patient not go leak or people not go know say, I mean, this and this one I don't do.
Very, very confidential in the sense the job of itself what they do is guided by standards.
Okay.
Audit work is very interesting. Now like we want bills. You dey build the host for let people that they don't do. Unless and until you don't have the people that begin they don't do, you go still see the host not completed. So, but you don't go just put foundation, you say I get host. You don't go do roof no more, you say I get host. Now so audit work there.
Okay.
Audit work is here and like work in progress. The progress we did now on to the point we go recommend for let people that take action. Now in the team we can see. So it's like we not go just start work because we don't just can't today. We say we audit DJ base. We just can DJ base wear a red crepe, but the law say DJ base not for red crepe. They will make an issue. Maybe DJ base get reason why they wear the red crepe.
Okay.
So we need to ask DJ base why they wear red crepe. If we tell the ABC, okay, the law say you know for red crepe, but because of your situation, the red crepe will do. Can you go back to the lawmakers for let them accept say you get problem for let you wear red crepe? These are the recommendations that we will make with audit. So now I make we own part now audit service Leone. The standards that will guide me is this: one, we own code of ethics. One, a confidentiality, a very key to the part what they do. We are so confidential in the work what they do that if DJ Base and Bakar they work at the same office. We go audit that office there, but Bakar there different work they do. DJ Base get different work they do. I happen for be the head of that institution. I go they talk to Bakar. What they talk to Bakar? DJ Base not even know what they do. We will all the work at the same place. So when it will come to light, now when I go do all the investigation and assess the impact when we work or what you don't do or when I don't feel for do, it will get on our operation here. That will be the time where they go bring account to my attention or when I go know now, so that for let una see something, the thing way for able to address, but can't get better knowledge for let help you for let una address for the benefit of this institution.
Go back to the institution and say, like this will find
clearly. That so that the more reason that now the more reason that they where people they not even know where we can go in an audit institution, they can find out whether with the audit institution or not the audit institution. Because when we deal with the client and the client will deal with,
okay,
we know they communicate to anybody on to the point wherein probably something will get issue of breach in the law will govern the job what they do. That is the social contract between both the client and the auditor. What is the social contract?
Yeah.
If you're a public officer, you get laws and regulations then where they manage public offices, where they guide public offices. When you move away from them, and we realize that they will communicate them to you, if you say you don't go do it at all, then the people that will make the law, people that will the supervise the institution, we can communicate them to them for let them able urge you for address the issues. Okay. That's the only time the getting the day can happen. For example, if we communicate a draft audit report to you, the law say if you respond to it within 15 days. But if you don't respond to that draft report, then what did the law say? The law say if we communicate to the accountant general for let them withhold the salary. So that will be the only time where accountant general will say audit they take place that premise day or something don't happen the way you know address at all not. But if only you cooperate, then need no day. So like the thing that people that can see in the Auditor General annual report, where they can holla because Oma get a reason where you see the report, Oma get your interpretation, Oma get your need. Probably when you see the audit report, they need where you need a different from what you go under report for. A different from what my mama or my sister within a village and we go need that for. A different from what the doctor go want that for. So Oma get a use for audit report. But what they can see, I'm always so tell people then, waiting the country with attention in the course of the work. In more than what we can communicate to people the way they say.
I can get confrontations.
When you talk about confrontation,
maybe asking for documents or asking, you know.
Well, we can call it non-compliance.
Okay.
Because now my job they do, you said now your job what they do, and the non-compliance issues now can always in the auditor.
So in some issues before comes Mr. Bakar, maybe when I go somewhere say we need them documents or need the receipts here and I not get some. How are they included in some report?
Fine, it comes directly, but what is important now? Waiting at the impact of you not complying, and waiting at the recommendation we will prefer for you for let you able improve on that one. For example, you go if government give you money, now you be say I want money for do work in the form of budget. The government give you that money given to you, not to your personal money. You have to use it for the benefit of the people.
Okay.
So if me go to you, tell me how you use the money there, because now by you telling me how you use them, now I go able to follow up on. I decide for go to the people whether the money impact on them. But if you're not able to tell me at that point, then it becomes an issue.
Okay.
And the issue where you go there is that one, you don't limit the job work for do. Waiting at that limitation day, you don't make me thinking and the work what they do, it don't narrow down in just a way that I'm not going to go beyond for able judge. You don't create doubt in me. And the auditor not forget doubt in anything way they do. That doubt we can get, that they doubt them, that we can bring out to the people there. And we can still recommend how they go clear the doubt them.
All right.
Because if you're not able to tell me how you utilize the money, which magic we are going for conclude say the services where they give that money for, the intent of Parliament where they be approved that money, that might I not get no magic. Audit is about evidence. The evidence now they lead you to who say we want go and to the judgment who they give. So if you're not able to provide it, it means the evidence we need, you don't conceal them. And it is very clear in the laws that they manage with. In the Audit Service Act, they say anybody will fail for give information to the Auditor General, or anybody will give false information to the Auditor General for arrive at a false conclusion, it commits a crime. And that crime is punishable by a fine or punishable by law. Now the question comes, would that for exercise that power day? So now they could put an inside report, the recommendation, able to speak it all. Parliament now get the responsibility once those things are communicated for let them ensure say the actions are taken. If now action where Accountant General they take in the course of our audit, like you don't respond to audit query, we write to the Accountant General with immediate effect. And once say thanks, over these 20 years, we've never had a delay in when we communicate to Accountant General for with regard somebody not respond to audit query within the statutory deadline. The moment you communicate, if now this net will communicate, although na net not working now, but if na monitor will communicate to Accountant General, the rest assured say within that same less than 24 hours, it affect and straight so that they will told the salary.
All right. Thank you, Fambulatna Maury Lansana, Assistant Auditor General. They talk about audit service in 20 years. We'll talk about it and work. Also, Mr. Bakau, you don't work side by side and you depend on Budget Advocacy Network. What do you take on audit service and work and reports and back and forth because we don't see audit service can do all their work by the end, would they see they end up in a Parliament? What do you take?
No, we don't see the good, the bad, and the ugly
of
the work we audit service to do. Firstly, we don't see a number of improvement in terms of the reports we do, the timely submission of the reports, the comprehensiveness of the reports. We don't see international reports that don't come out. They tell you, say, for example, the Open Budget Survey, Sierra Leone, this past report, Sierra Leone score 78 out of 100, where they tell you, say, all these services provide adequate oversight over the people's resources. And we don't see they don't even expand on the scope in terms of not only the financial audit, but also do what they call performance audits, where they look at key service delivery that people and they need. We don't see quite improvement on that. And quite recently, we don't even begin to see wherein they did not take the people their voice as part of the audit. So wherein they go down to people, ask them, what's in our law audit? And people, they give them suggestions and they capture some of them things and they. So that don't tell you, say, once you have the people as part of the process, what they do, they know on the right path. Mind you, all the work audit service they do are for the people of Sierra Leone. And more so the poor and the vulnerable. For example, the work recent audits we talk about the main hospitals then. I mean, if the and mind you, them public service and the people are more with the access and the poor and the vulnerable. The rich people, if they're sick, they go in a private hospital or fly out of country. But they report and then they bring out issues then would they really affect the ordinary people then. For example, we see if the recent reports, if when a cottage or hospital would they assess that some basic equipment then where the gear towards providing people the service are not available. So the reports to we normally when the report they come out, we not only look at the loss in cash, we also look at those service delivery issues then. Where people they really need forget with the problem as a result of non-performance, non-compliance, and providing the real service that the people they need. So these are very good things then we don't see audit service don't really improve. And in fact, we also see the improving communications. Because normally the audit reports normally can big. We don't listen now then they simplify the audit reports in that cartoon format so that citizens go understand. And all of these work, as I mentioned, if citizens not begin act on them, there will be serious problem in terms of the executive taking actions.
So how citizens will act on them?
Fine. For example, Mikomolunge. If there's an issue in audit reports, say around the hospital, in terms of how certain services they're lacking, equipment they're lacking, citizens need to ask the authorities them questions. Why this not in our hospital? So until citizens then begin to ask questions, Now that we will begin to see the real impact of audit.
Okay.
For them, then they do their work. Their work stop at reporting as of now.
Exactly.
Based on what the law say. Do their work, report on Parliament, also report on how they implement and not implement. There are institutions who are responsible for take actions on the work that they
Which
do.
institutions?
And one of the institutions in the Parliament.
Okay.
Because the moment they finish a report and submit in the Parliament, na Parliament in property than they.
Okay.
And a Parliament go look into the report and provide a report on that report today and supposed to follow up on the recommendations then.
All right. So you know, like how many reports the audits don't give to Parliament where you get the overstandings and don't report, do a follow up on? Because we know say a lot of reports they in a Parliament they're not touched.
You know, all this time they do different reports then. For example, they got the annual financial report they do every year.
Okay.
They submit them.
All right.
They also do a lot of performance audit reports them. And we don't see they don't do plenty. These past 3 years, if we manage having, they don't do over 15 to 16 performance audit reports them.
Okay.
Where one day, them performance audit reports, the one day audit PAC never looked into them. So one of the challenges them way they face is around the implementation of the recommendations them, for which Parliament gets a role.
Exactly.
And we don't see, in some years them, PAC they do a hearings where they take normally long period
Exactly.
and produce a report. You tell that report you don't come out, you don't take
Other one
one, don't come back. And the actions them, we don't see much one.
Yeah.
And even the way that they even scrutiny on the PSC and hearings, I mean, it was not the way people want for Siam.
Okay.
But thank God, with this new PSC and then with the Honorable Tower as leadership, we don't begin to see real scrutiny of the public resources.
Okay.
And we hope they will continue. And one of the good things we also propose, they don't form a committee on people for follow-up on the recommendation, including the civil society. So Parliament, for now, in terms of the scrutiny with this PSC, don't they do extremely good work? But now the question is, what's going to happen over the years with them or PSC report them?
Exactly.
So it means the past PSCs them or Parliament them, don't they fail we in terms of scrutinizing people's resources?
Correct.
Because I then got a responsibility for ensuring that only people them are accountable. So all of the resources that are concerned now down the way really get genuine issues. Don't go in vain. And I'm glad one of the action with the PSC, current PSC chair look at. You know, they look at 2022. It also look at 2021 audit reports.
Okay.
And now they have to conclude the hearings. So these are some of the challenges then we don't get.
All right.
But even at that, from the policy perspective, we don't see a number of actions where the executive they take. For example, they develop the standard operating procedure, where they guide MDs in terms of what if we do for implementing recommendations then. And if you not do this, what if happened?
Okay.
Which is extremely good. And we don't see a number of finance acts then where they provide more measures there for enhanced implementation. But what the people do not see it is, which action don't happen.
Exactly.
And Minister of Finance, for example, then people say they will bring updates on which action they don't take so far, see the operation of the standard operating procedures. And once citizens begin to see that they go very good. And mind you, citizen confidence is very important, the work way all these services do.
Okay.
And once we begin to get serious challenges on citizen confidence, it go to affect the work.
You're right.
Because the work all these services do, where PSC or Parliament get responsible for enforce the recommendation of them, and for the people of Sierra Leone.
So their recommendations then they now audits can they say the audits report on a Parliament they make their recommendation about whether they don't owe, whether they not give, I mean whether they not be accountable. What's in that penalty? So they make that
the Parliament through the PSC then get the responsibility for looking to the Auditor General's report, the issues there and the recommendations there, and call public hearings, which is opened, wherein the people and with them sitting issue, they can explain and then look at them. They look into the issues and Parliament get the responsibility now for say, okay, this is a real issue. If you have to pay back, you have to pay back.
Okay.
This one, if the administrative issues, you have to do these issues. So PSC can do their own reports on the Auditor General's report.
All right.
Where in some instances they reinforce the Auditor General's recommendations then. In some instances, then they get their actions where then they take. But in most cases, they can reinforce the Auditor General's their recommendations then.
Okay. Mr. Lansana, I can make recommendations about penalty for people away maybe don't default.
Very clear, sure. It depends
What
on
are some of the recommendations?
It depends on the issue. You know, the audit they will do, as Bakar rightly said, various types of audit they do.
Yeah.
Some of the recommendations are policy recommendations. If policies are not there, they will recommend. So it depends on which are the issue we can to the attention of the Auditor General.
Okay.
Because the recommendation is about the issue we go don't deal with, they know able to address. So you don't go say every year the Auditor General just get one specific recommendation. If now instances where
let's say somebody not produce receipts also want to go and
so exactly, let's say somebody they collect revenue, the law say if you pay on a bank, they don't pay that money they to bank. we don't tell and say, give you evidence in the course of work. The first thing they tell and give you evidence for sure, say you pay. So when you fail for do that, the next thing are recovery. So we can recommend say that money they, wherever that person don't pay, if for recover that amount, because that is what we want to see.
All right.
If not project, they give contract or project for do an activity, then they don't hold the money, but we go they will not see the project. We say no, we want the project because the point there is, let's assume that money then last year they give the person. If that person they bring that money this year, the question is, we go able to do that project, then the question comes. So we say no, we want that project to be done. Because if we give recommendation, like say, pay back the money, the question is, where are you going to pay back the money? They pay back the money in the consolidated fund. Then the question now comes, you don't disadvantage the people that will say that project they for don't go.
Exactly.
So you don't disadvantage the people that don't will that benefit again. So it depends on what thing specifically come to the attention of the Auditor General. So it vary.
Okay.
Now, but what you don't do so far in the audit work, what they do is that bringing the people there on board. How we don't do them? Because we realize over the years, action on audit recommendation are challenged. We go just make recommendation. The question we can even come is like the food. We you hungry, DJ base. They tell somebody, but last time I cook food for me. They ask you don't I cook soba food. I don't do my best to best. DJ base can only take 1 spoon.
He left the balance.
He left the balance. So many things go kind of mind. Now salt for cook inside. DJ base something not like this also where I cook. Or something by the DJ base the guy don't bear food. So with all that, because actions on audit recommendation are the issue, within the acting auditor. General be don't introduce of late is let we get down to the people them, let we know what thing they need.
Okay.
So it begin go, you know, say when I can't free to it begin
Upline.
take step, it go upline. Begin achieve your level.
Okay.
Get consultative meeting with the people them. We they do audit year in, year out. This audit na for una, the benefit na for una, as my brother Ban be the rightly say, Baka be the rightly say. But why is it that you know they see una yange pa anything
Get interest.
Yeah. Let me tell una the impact or the effect of this audit what they do, where una know they take interest. Do ya una come on board? But this on board, waiting na una need again, where they do this work here, what are the things we una feel?
You know, things that because people need to see nothing they come out of it, make them just relax. Mr. Bakal say, well, I mean, put on or not put on, or with all the recommendations, so then people that they bring out, nothing on the happen out of it.
Absolutely, now one challenge. When citizens they need to see actions then we government they take. And year in, year out, the number of issues again plenty.
Exactly.
You know, you mentioned one thing in terms of the people that they lost. For example, in the 2021 audit, they audit the onion product, the onion project, Namoyamba, Karen, and the other side there. And it was quite revealing that they don't pay close to 90% of the money, but not much work has been done.
Okay.
The effect is that the people that then suffer, they lost job, they lost the onion project itself. So when that thing happen, if the people don't see actions, what they take, it will definitely affect the impact.
Exactly.
Now that make the standard operating procedure now be a very good tool. And the pronouncement of the Minister of Finance for the tell the people on what action they don't take is very good.
Exactly.
And for which we will not begin see it. I'm sure they might be working on that now. Once they begin publishing, citizens say, okay, action they take. Because even citizens when they consult, they raise recommendations then. And one of the recommendations they raise is, we want to see actions what did they take.
Exactly.
So therefore, PSC gets a role for play. Not only looking at the report and producing reports, but also follow up on the report and also publish the findings of the follow-up day.
Exactly.
That, for example, there was a GST issues with the man not pay, we don't say like pay. When the man pay, then publish and say, this man don't pay.
Exactly.
So citizens will begin really...
Other people go fear self back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for we as civil society, the main concern here is two things. One is we want to let the audit service really continue for do the work.
Okay.
And for ensure say the process benefit the citizens them. Who don't they see? The audit what they do around performance audit, they do service delivery audit, which is very good. Secondly, is actions on takings on those they wouldn't find guilty or find wanting.
Yeah.
Once that begin happened, people then will begin take the whole thing very much seriously, especially on the side of the one the way we lend the money, we lend power for manage the money on our behalf. Mind you, even as we give an example, however good report all the service produce, if actions not been taken, now I will say it gets some amount of wastage.
You're right.
Because citizens gonna know the things that will happen, we decide on where down and bog, decide where they know account for, the resources then where they mismanage, which is very good in terms of promoting transparency and promoting accountability within the audit architecture.
Okay.
But another aspect, value added to this, is when the various players then take actions on those recommendations.
All right. Okay, you mentioned something very important about maybe citizens' confidence or people's confidence. And of late, you know, say that in a parliamentary, then look the former auditor general. At some point in time, you said they follow social media, the euphoria and all. A lot of people look down on that process there when they pull down Monday and look. I mean, not get confidence in the audit that they've been. And audits are they all they work together. But in as a head self gets a lot for do with you and at the head. I mean, I penetrates and whatever. You think say unbug the confidence of people with the audit service?
I can give example on how it happened. For example, when I do 2021 audits, when they look at the reports and they not see the office of the president. So their perception of citizens are not because of where they pull lava and afraid for audit. And will not to be the case. We don't see instances them wherein the audit office of the president, but in they reach for let them report, they go for a threshold. Then the issue already defined and they really material threshold.
Okay.
But because 2021 there was an issue, there was a whole outcry. That does show say it don't affect citizen confidence on what could they do. Because they take and say now afraid for go audit office of the president.
Exactly.
Which is not the case.
Okay.
Based on the report that they now made the threshold. So the removal of the suspension of the general get a huge impact in terms of citizen confidence. And a very bad precedent with this confidence set. Both in the processes we follow for removal and even the ongoing processes.
Okay.
Of course, it's very unfair, the rule of natural justice. If there is an issue, the tribunal don't complete, then forget at least lava the report, let's see.
Yeah.
Citizens don't demand, including bans, sludge, and no number of organizations them. The report for them to make it public, no way. We don't even follow the law.
Okay.
You know, we get right to access to information. We don't use the law, we don't write to the institution the way we report for them make the report available.
Yeah.
And the law make it clear that if it be 15 days, if 15 days don't pass, they no response. But of course, the law may make another further provisions who now with the right to access to information that would not make this request and all happen. We'd also see during the course of the trial, them be lava in a team, then be make an objections. Them trial a case in the Supreme Court. That case, they not on list until after they don't say they don't get a report to the president. At the time they don't form a panel. Now they don't form a panel 2 months ago.
Okay.
We not see no hearings yet. And that panel in for look whether they follow the procedure or whether the tribunal panel them well constituted.
All right.
They don't form a panel, their process not go. Now they don't send a parliament, we hope for see what can really get for happen. But for we, as civil society and others, we feel say now a very bad precedent they don't set now the audit accountability and landscape. Right. We talk, mind you, this is not about lava. It's about the audit itself. It's about the country. You know, a number of things then we want to take into considerations.
Yeah.
One, we don't see under the leadership of Lava, they do a very good report. In fact, we see the Commission of Inquiry. Almost most of the reports with the Commission of Inquiry now reports what the service do under the leadership of Lava.
All right.
And this thing will not happen. So we pray that it will not continue again. That we'll get away for really put out a stop. But one of the worried is the issue of Lava, it get constitutional issues.
Okay.
And we'll not see no actions yet for ensure say in subsequent years this thing will happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
For example, when we get this election saga, we see the format, this, that, and the time we put together things them we're gonna make sure not happen again. But in this case, nothing like that. And that make you more worried.
All right.
And in democracy, financial accountability is key. You know, apart from the constitution, the most important document are the budget. Yeah. And the people in way responsible for ensuring they use that resources very well. Now, audit service.
Okay.
And we don't see they do your reports very well. In terms of comprehensiveness, bringing the issues, simplifying the reports. But what happens so it's a very bad precedent.
All right.
And we'll continue to condemn the actions.
So, Mr. Lanson, you think Sedan gets a little bit of people now get confident because since that process or you think say it's moving on?
Well, we dey work for audit service Sierra Leone, and the mandate for carry the job, it continues.
Okay.
I believe say we don't dey produce report that way more commendable, and donor confidence don't dey increase in the job, the work of audit service Sierra Leone. Because what I will tell you, from last year to date, the acting auditor general na in table we get barrage of requests.
Okay.
We be dey do just 3, like for ADB, the Africa Development Bank, the project the way they offer na Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Now only 3 will be they do, because what be the Apple they do not then at this. They keep bring their funding to this country and then they bring external auditors in.
Okay.
So like the reason
why they don't believe we auditors?
Well, they probably they know, but what we they look at now. Now only 3 of the project that they some 2 to 3 years back will be they do.
Yeah.
That is we audit service we they participate par. But ADB, for example, based on meetings we will get towards the end of the year, they say they get 10 of them project then. Now as I talk, they say audit service for takeover the project then they. So they may have done their assessment and based on the deliverables every day, so that now additional confidence.
Okay.
Of course, Gavi, the Health Ministry of Health, the project now the same thing. I remember 2-3 years back, the auditors then are from Ghana, they be put them, bring them come. But we do some joint exercise based on the support we will give them in that joint exercise. They look at and say no. Audit service Sierra Leone will have to take over that project.
Okay.
So last year now we do this year now we don't do Gavi. You said they give support as well to audit. I think they don't know that they discuss.
Yeah.
You said in Boku talk not been they just come straight, held a nice meeting with we. They say, you know what? Our projects 100% you have to be on board. By tell them they say acting on.
So in other words, I don't build confidence.
Global fund, as at the top, when they come with the funding, this now recent thing will don't happen this year. The auditors they put in Geneva that they come. When they look at with deliverables them in these 2 years, they say, you know what? Auditor General, we need you. They don't take the acting Auditor General to many of their conferences or discussions with regards how we will take over the audit. As recent as yesterday or so, the country coordinating team, they'll be there in our office getting a meeting for letting they work out the modalities. So these are the things, of course, I'm not going to talk about IFAD. IFAD, we don't depend all this while and the portfolio just increase. In fact, we don't major concern now is the staff strength. And it will be a witness if staff strength are issue because the capacity we will get now, in as much as we don't shoot from 65 to 85%, and this inclusive of the support we give to donors then it means with this confidence now coming, we need more personnel for able to do that work today.
Okay.
The audit coverage don't go to that 85%. So I believe say the audit service, the mandate where they inside the constitution and the audit service are tool for carry, that they give you joy with the still carry them. Nobody not don't stop we for doing work. Nobody not don't stop we for I think say Bakari will be able with
okay. So Bakari mentioned something very important, and at that time, like Bakari said 2001, I think they're not being called report from the president office. I'll ask, when the threshold where they look for at the president's office, and is it the same like other offices or different?
So based on Bakari's submission, it became clear that what you would try for do, I think knowledge gap in there. With regards how really would you do, so now we could embark on massive engagements. We not only start for engage this year, but we don't begin from last year. We don't begin get, as I be tell you, the children level. We go. Recently, we had a massive engagement with the accountability group. We call the NIA get a be 3 days workshop.
Okay.
Accountability group then come. The civil society and other non-state actors then come, and even local government will not let them be, and they all come. For them, we able engage them and tell them about to audit process. Because once you understand the process, then we audit report come you know get too much question for us. So now that you don't try for you. Now, the audit process now one and the same for all audit as long as not the same type of audit we do.
Okay.
If we are doing financial statement audit, not the same process. If we do compliance audit, not the same process. If we do performance audit, not the same process.
Okay.
The list of clients who can consider in a portfolio in our schools.
All right.
So think of any school, be it a primary school or pre-primary school, as long as it is government owned. So it's the same process even when we do schools. The least time we will take per every audit will be 3 months. No audit, no, they will do less than that. That are the least time because of the processes where they go through.
Okay.
So devoid of who is who. Now the only thing we will come into a report. So it means therefore Year in, year out, now we do every year at the end, we do to call operational plan. Now operational plan it encompass how many entities they will intend for do. And in the Auditor General's annual report to keep put and they say we intend for do 500 entity. We complete the 500 entity, but inside this report now only 30 days.
Okay.
So how should they go inside the Auditor General annual report? This is the let us look at just financial compliance audit based on what you did in the annual report. One, now issue where the clients either wholly fail for address or partly address.
Okay.
Now, then which other issue? A lot of issue go there inside what you call the management report, when are the final products of the audit exercise.
All what you don't get it.
All what you don't do, where they go to the management. So inside that report, they will get boku thing there, for example, where they no address.
Okay.
But now, let's look at one. We look at so many other factors. The factors that will be the prepare, the operational plan will consider for take the issue on board for say we go audit this entity. Those are the other factors who they consider where they lead to materiality threshold for level report.
Okay.
What are those factors?
Yeah.
One, public interest. Let's assume the issue not get monetary value. Because when you look at like the issue, the example where the brother Bakagi, he said you go to hospital, glove not the day. Then you can imagine DJ base. You go to any pharmacy, how much na glove? Glove something like 5,000, 10,000.
Yeah, cheap.
So you go see, and this is cheap. But look at the bigger picture where non-availability of glove will have on
the people.
So it becomes more important than the money. So now, so the thing that they waiting they come into the Auditor General annual report. So we look at all the irregularities there that has not been addressed. We will put it together. But they look at the various factors and now what are the people's
Maybe they affect the people more.
That is the point. What are the people's concern? Waiting at the donor, something donor don't give him money. They get something where they express that money for go for. So look at the donor.
Yeah.
Parliament they prepare budget and give the people there. The intent of Parliament, we go now we look at the intent of Parliament. Waiting at the intention of Parliament will be give this money. Sometimes the money no matter, but the intention is it met?
For some
so
people.
all the other factors then I would consider for let capture issues where they can into the auditor. So it's not just about money.
Okay.
We look at so many other factors. Now the factors that they with the Auditor General, they look, they put them together, then it determine which issue for go into the annual report.
Okay.
So it will happen say something we will do a lot of clients, but not to the all
Una go bring
we
on
see
board.
into the annual report.
Okay.
So now issues then we material based on all what I don't talk, the way the impact, what they call them pervasiveness, where the impact on the lives of
the people.
Now they give a financial statement audit what they do. Financial statement audit now one goal. The objective of the Auditor General for express an opinion as to whether the financial statement gives a true and fair view. But the question comes, one man maybe get to the one audit the way they do. We call the stakeholders. I tell you say pre-planning we get engagement. Then they follow up like how my brother be talk.
Yeah.
So that pre-planning they will tell them this institution they will follow now. Then this na social services they're supposed for deliver to now. So in the audit now, doing that pre-planning for them get their own view, what are the areas where they feel say like an appraisal as to how that institution don't perform.
Yeah.
Now that might talk, who don't explain all things. He say, oh, what thing would have don't talk? If who know, he said this thing when they talk about opinion, whether qualify or qualify, disclaimer. He said not to all that they me interested in. You. He said, turn aya bobo. He said, we na market woman there. He said, we they pay this money. Oh. He said, but the market dirty.
Exactly.
He said, we don't get toilet.
Exactly.
So you come. What it is they try for deliver is that in as much as the financial statement that they bring up, this service delivery.
The service not there.
So the figure on the financial statement, it will tell the true and fair view. If you get a very good accountant, it will prepare a very good financial statement for you now, my brother. When you see a DJ base, you put her inside the clap for it. Say, oh, this.
But practically,
you know, so that is the aspect we don't introduce.
Okay.
Now, most of the clients that they even facing a new type of audit we don't introduce, whether now which ones. The message we want to tell them this evening is that not to which want anybody, but for every public institution, they establish them for a purpose. And the bigger picture is for render services to the people. So in as much as you go give a good financial report, we want go at the ground for see.
So let the threshold back to the issue about the president in office. So that with the threshold in your office.
President in office now public office like any other office.
Okay.
So as long as we make recommendation to you in the course of our audit, we get observation, we communicate to you like any other institution. We they tell you say addresser. This happened during the course of the audit. So during the course of the audit, when issues come to your attention, we they send them to you in the form of a query.
Okay.
But the first thing we do first now for engage you and understand why the issue will occur in the first place. Once you don't know, then if you are in position at that time for addresser, I will come back to issues,
Okay.
DJ base. If at that point where you use these issues, You get other shoes. He say, hey, go sorry, today now we no more emergency I be get.
Why be usual?
But this shoes now I make a user. But anyway, since you don't tell me, you pull that shoes, we don't get problem with you.
Okay.
Because you don't pull them. And we hope say it not go continue for user.
So in other words, well, by your own people
not
forces
to by the essence of auditing really now for add value.
So why not all the positive for where use the show
no,
for user?
DJ base. Now make I tell you say root causes then day for something where they do. Assuming DJ base that shoes is supposed to wear for Canada, they don'ttiffer overnight. You don't get money for buy shoes. What do you do?
So Baka,
sometimes if you can't be a food sell before Baka the car, you can't be a food sell. We just see ask you why you get their food.
Okay.
If they say every day you for wear shoes for car work, if you see slippers, we go ask you what's wrong with you when you wear slippers.
Okay.
If you
give an excuse,
if you food damage, we go see the damage by the shoes. Then no need if you food damage, you put aside.
So Baka, I don't think so. Maybe some t-shirts and go use them with like a loophole for say, okay, now this will do the money or whatever.
No, audits then get a standards where they follow for doing the audits.
Okay.
And it clear in terms of the process where they follow. Just as I say, for example, then go audit.
Yeah.
Receipts not be there for what we buy. And then maybe during the course of the process, maybe they may display some, they ask for the receipts, you produce the receipts now. And then verify the receipt, say indeed the receipt is correct, authentic.
Okay.
Then they should
again
close.
So they don't bring around to what? In that case, Mr. Lansana, we know say, I mean, salon people will safe. People then can go forge receipts. So that can go beyond for make sure say, I mean, also arrangements and all that kind of stuff.
We scope. Now I like that provision in the Constitution, Section 1 and subsection 2, that in the course of the work where the Auditor General they do, they forget access to books, returns, sites.
Okay.
So if you talk about sites, meaning not to hide this, you don't know if they do somewhere. So the documentation the way people did it. I know we not get any reason for doubt anybody.
Okay.
So I want to make it clear. Would they go in an institution with an open mind, objective mind? So we not doubt anybody.
Okay.
So when we go in there, the guiding principles are if now finance since they spend, the public financial management laws and they what are the things you have to do. In the event where you give information, where we feel say this information, they will create small element day, then that element day needs to be clarified.
Okay.
So in the course of clarification of that element day, we can still bring out to your attention. This document you don't give it. We're not too okay with that.
Okay.
So until you say you do business with DJ Base, we'll go meet DJ Base.
Okay.
Like the financial statement, they can disclose closing amount and they did. They say we the Bank of Sierra Leone or Rokel Commercial Bank, now so money will get there.
Okay.
So if you want to talk confirmation about Rokel Commercial Bank, what you don't tell, we fine, no problem with the acceptance.
Okay.
But we go and say, since now the bank, we not to signate to the bank. So they tell you say what I one confirm so that we will be sure that you do business with Rokel Commercial. So nothing stops me for let communicate to Rokel Commercial. So what would they do? Would they do the letter? What you want, you know sabi. So what they do and now say we want so thing, but the write out to the bank, they will give you sign at the bank so that the bank go able to make access for let get it.
And this is one of the reasons
so
why
those are the things
why we get concerned about the suspension for the Auditor General.
Okay.
Because in the process of doing the audit, there was a receipt where also the president provide, where not satisfied with. And audits, they get the standards where they follow for different audits them, as you don't mention, financial audit, whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the standards say, if you're not satisfied with that, then we'll do two things. Number one, for hire the expert of forensic audits for really look at whether you're authentic. And number two, for contact third party.
Okay.
When one of the main charges them wouldn't levy against the Auditor General, when I would wait for city reports whether that really constitutes the range of
okay, thank you. Time not enough for we. My producer and also the run out of time again. Mr. Lansana, 20 years, you mentioned say when I almost get 4-5 months for celebrate or what? What next? Quickly, we'll try to wrap up.
Waiting the morning, you want to tell people that Boku thank you because 20 years, not to 20 days, it has been the support of all of us. But the message you go on tell the people that why should they celebrate with 20 years is this. That number one, that action on audit issue, not a one-man issue. We need everybody on board, including who now with the benefits, all of the players then, because the audit work now for benefits Sierra Leoneans and for improved systems in Sierra Leone. Not to forgo we want anybody, not to forgo give problem with anybody. In fact, we don't know whether person a thief man or not because we know they go catch thief. So audit work not to forgive problem to anybody. Now for see how best we'll be able to assess systems and recommend for the systems improvement.
Right.
Along the line with all this support, when I don't give we good things and they will not happen. One, with coverage don't increase massively. We're above 85% now. When are good news to all of us, Sierra Leoneans. Number 2, the donor confidence don't increase greatly. When are good news to Sierra Leone, because not to all 10 people that for the talk bad thing but alone.
Exactly.
Good things and Debaco who self able to deliver.
Right.
Number 3, with that increase in donor confidence, we don't begin look at the donor support them with the way they call. So that shows internationally all these service we are there, and if all these service they meaning as Sierra Leone internationally we there.
Right.
Then above all, with stakeholders then. We don't bring the account on board. We don't get massive engagement today. I will continue to engage them so that the audit system will be perfect as Sierra Leone.
Right.
People that go to ask who pays the pipers
Plays the tune.
Play the tune. In as much as they get money from government of Sierra Leone through Ministry of Finance, but government don't take a very giant step for let will be independent financially. We hope say down they go come to reality and we go push that way there.
Thank
and
you very
above
much.
all, government don't give funding for we own headquarter. We own office because now tenant to some of the clients then they don't begin give money. I want bring account to the people then so that when government go for ask for let una give money through internal revenue generation, una go give more so that they go give all this service more for your progress.
Okay, Baka, quickly, a few seconds.
Firstly, I want to tell the people of Salon say the audit way they do now for the people of Salon, and the work we do as civil society now for complement government effort for ensure say the money that they provide. The money really then do for the intended purpose.
Yeah.
And we also emphasize, say, just as you mentioned, the audit reports the responsibility and everybody's responsibility, like 360 process.
Okay.
So therefore, they encourage government for do more PAC and even the media and civil society for ensure say they follow the process and push government for all accountability. And lastly, for that we also ensure say processes are followed.
Okay.
And that issues of accountability is very key in terms of promoting democracy in Sierra Leone.
Thank you. And we the people in for make sure to follow and help the audit service.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right, with that, family, we almost come to the end of the show. Thank you for listening to we. This program they come to you every Tuesday, I beg your pardon, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and on Saturday, a repeat. Send your comments on our Facebook page out there. Thanks to Abubakar Kama, Coordinator Budget Advocacy Network, and Maury Lansana, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service Sierra Leone. This today or this month don't mark the audit service 20 years. So Lord continue for giving the support. We the people themselves, anything happen we community like how people they say the hospital, Lord they ask questions. Ask we community people them, councillors, honorables, Lord ask questions. Because our money, if we send it to a business, then I'm afraid. We also they urge Parliament for take a bold step in making sure that they look into their reports here, they not just start like all this service go down do all then their work, then at the end, we'll find out the shelves of Parliament. We wish everybody the best out there, to the producers them out there, once a plenty to the camera guys them, and the people that work for bringing this program to you, and to the executive producer, Anthony Navo Jr. Till then, God bless you. Bye-bye.